How many of you are entrepreneurs in the room? Thank you. How many of you think you have an entrepreneurial mindset? I should see all the hands. So, from the moment we are born, our parents and people around us start asking, what will he or she be when he or she grows up? And from the moment we are 4 or 5 years old, people start asking the question to us directly, what do you want to be when you grow up? How many of you remember what you answered? Okay, I remember it too. I wanted to be a multitude of things: singer, a princess, and an astronaut. That was the perfect thing for me, but there was not one job for that, however. But some of us already know from the moment we are young, like Beyoncé, for example, that she knew she wanted to become an artist, a singer, a performer. However, there are many of us who have multiple interests, have multiple passions, but don't know where to start. And we often also feel stopped to pursue all of these passions. Because society expects us to, pick one thing, become successful in that thing, or, become successful before you move into a new endeavor. And also at birthday parties or events, when you meet family and friends, and they ask you, what do you do? And you would answer, in my case, for example, I'm a medical biologist who's also a dancer, or you're a teacher who's also a graphic designer. They may think that you're unfocused or uncommitted, or that you have career ADD. So often these things, yes, stop us from really pursuing our passions. And I think we need to have a little bit more representation if you recognize yourself in being a multi-passionate individual. Because my message is not against those who have found that one thing and, you're passionate about it and you want to do it your whole life. Really, that's amazing. But it is to empower those of us who don't know what you really want to do, or you don't feel that you can express all of your passions or interests or talents at the same time. And multi-passionate people also are not fulfilled doing only one thing. They feel fulfilled when they do multiple things. So in a way, I think we are all kind of multi-passionate, but not all of us try to do it with multiple careers or multiple businesses. People have hobbies, right, next to their jobs or next to their studies, while multi-passionate people tend to have multiple careers or multiple businesses. Take, for example, Serena Williams. We all know her as the best tennis player in the world. However, not many of us know that she is also a fashion designer, and she recently launched her own fashion brand. And while she did that, she took to Instagram and said that from the age of 18, she pursued fashion school. She went to fashion school, but a lot of people criticized her for that because they were like, "You're already a great tennis player. Why do you need to go to fashion school?" And she said, well, I have two loves, tennis and fashion. And there are, she's but one example. There are many of us who also have multiple passions. And the time is already changing because, well, back in the day, people had only one job for their whole lives. And now in one lifetime, people have multiple jobs. And also there's a trend going on, entrepreneurship. A lot of people become entrepreneurs, but some of us also have a job next to our entrepreneurship. And not only for economic reasons, but also because we're just also passionate about that job and passionate about that business. And in the Netherlands, I saw statistics that almost half of the entrepreneurs that are starting are below 35 years of age. So there are a lot more of you who are starting this entrepreneurial path and also will pursue multiple interests and careers. So multi-passionate people, they have a couple things in common, and maybe you will recognize yourself in this description. Pay attention. First of all, they are curious people. They are lifelong learners, They don't settle for just one thing because they don't settle for not having fun. They want to have a lot of fun. And they just tend to get out of their comfort zone because, learning new things means you have to start from scratch a lot. They like innovation, and sometimes people also think they're a bit crazy. But the thing is that maybe they're a bit misunderstood because multi-passionate people make decisions from their heart. And a lot of people we're trained to be one-directional, and I think we have our educational system to thank for that. So maybe you're in the audience right now, you're listening to this talk, and you're like, maybe I have multiple interests. Maybe I want to have multiple careers, or maybe you still feel reluctant to pursue that. So for the ones who are still in doubt, like, okay, multi-passions, multiple careers, I don't know if it's something for me, or some of you who have experienced it already and are like, I have multiple interests, but how can I really bring them to life? I have some multi-passionate life hacks I want to share with you. First of all, you need to synchronize. So as a multi-passionate person, it is important to find a common thread in everything you do, or a single purpose, so that everything you do adds to one another instead of it detracting from one another. Also, it is important to set boundaries, because I'm not encouraging you to do multitasking. No, I'm not encouraging that, because our brains are not made for that. So it's important to set boundaries for yourself and to have multiple projects. So have a start, have a finish, and don't let them bite each other. And also set specific time boundaries for each project you're focusing on. And last but not least, display one thing at first, because we are trained in this way to, expect someone to do only one thing. So it can be a good way to display one thing at first, and when people ask you, further, or they're more interested, then you can also display your many qualities. So as a multi-passionate entrepreneur myself, I am the founder of a tech startup, Youngo. I am the author of 2 books. The third is on the way. And I'm a singer-songwriter and a digital nomad traveling the world. And I can tell you, it's a lot of fun. I'm never bored. But it takes the discipline to always set the boundaries, synchronize, and also display one thing at first. So for those of you who are thinking like, okay, maybe I am a multi-passionate person, it is important to, be yourself, own it, but also stepping out of your comfort zone is key. Because if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. You can dust it off and try again, try again. 'Cause if at first you don't succeed, you can dust it off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again, again, again. Thank you. You can always try again. Thank you. You can always try again when you step out of your comfort zone. And that's why I want to say, be you. So the world needs us. Why stay hiding? So if you're multi-passionate, just show the world who you are. Thank you.